Welcome back to the All Luck, No Skill pod. Why did I look down so dumb? Welcome back to the All Luck, No Skill podcast. I'm Chuck, and today we have Seth here with us.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate you.
Thank
Everybody
you.
in the back, go ahead and clap now.
That's right. We'll put in the clap track. Applause track?
Applause.
Applause. Yeah. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Seth. Just moved out here to sunny SoCal.
California.
Already meeting some cool people. Appreciate you having me on.
Of course.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Sure. Seth, do you have a last name?
My last name is Wynne,
Like the hotel in Vegas?
like the hotel in Vegas, but it has an E on the end.
A silent E.
A silent E.
Boy, the English language is...
So, yeah, you should... Some people try to pronounce it. It's funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it could look like whiny, Winnie, but
Right.
it's
Winnie
Wynne.
the Pooh. Boy, Winnie. Winnie from the Wonder Years. Do you remember the Wonder Years? The
No.
TV show? Oh. Winnie.
You're dating yourself.
I know. God. Just kidding. Just kidding. Forget I said that. We'll edit that part out. Cool, Seth. Well, I appreciate you coming down and recording this podcast that no one watches with me. And for wearing a faction shirt. I gave you an Auto Factory Realize shirt last week. And you chose Frank and Carl over me.
Hey, I gotta limit my fanboyness to a certain extent.
I see. So you're here to promote the Faction podcast?
On your podcast.
On my podcast.
No, why don't you tell them the real story?
What real story? This is the
The
real
last
story.
time I was here last week,
Yeah?
there was an unwritten memo somewhere and we both were wearing the same faction shirt.
Oh, that's right. Yes. There's actually been a couple of videos somewhere floating around that where I've been wearing a faction. Like Carl will he'll DM me and be like, "Oh, nice shirt." I'm like, "Oh yeah." But I love the way that faction shirt fits me. The way it fits.
That's
Whatever
what
they
I'm
use.
saying.
I think they use next level shirts. It feels really good.
I wanted to know what they use.
I think it's next level
because it just says faction and it has like a tag list.
Oh,
and it
really?
just
And they
says
have their
faction.
thing. Oh, wow.
So I never
Fancy
knew. I never
guys.
knew what brand it was or what kind of shirt it was.
I don't know if it is next level, but it fits like a next level shirt. Yeah, that's pretty next level.
Those guys are really next level.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Well, before we move on to anything else, what did you bring here with us for us to see? Oh, you a Modelo? Modelo time. It's Modelo time.
I brought 1989 Nissan 240 SX Coupe.
Like every other drifter out there. God, that's amazing. Actually, your car's really clean.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank
super
you.
clean. You want to tell us about how you got it or how long you've had it or what
Yeah.
the backstory behind it is?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So I feel like I got this car with my last chance before the 240 prices went crazy.
Yeah.
I got it in 2019, and then we all know the 2020,
Yeah.
you know,
Whatever that was.
the thing that happened.
I don't recall. Something with
Yeah.
the bats.
Something.
Yeah.
But yeah, when
But
that
I feel like
happened,
kind of feel like 240 prices were already kind of crazy.
they were getting
then.
there.
Yeah.
But I kind of based the market too. Just, I mean, look at the Jay-Z price though, right? In like
Yeah.
2020.
Oh, crazy.
So like, that was kind of my baseline of what I was
Right.
thinking about. Because like 240s went up at the same time, but I feel like looking at the price of like a GTE 2J
right.
was telling you across the board like all the enthusiast cars were going up with
Right.
it.
Have you had a 240 before
That might have made
2019?
no sense.
Maybe. But it's okay.
But yeah, so I got it in 2019. It was yeah, I had 240s in high school and stuff.
Okay.
I've had quite a few 240s, but
How long ago was that? How long ago was high school for you?
High school, I graduated 2011.
Okay.
So
you've had other 240s before, because I've only had one.
Lucky man.
Or not. I haven't been able to experience other ones.
Well, I mean, you don't have to shell.
One and
you
done.
haven't had to shell swap a bunch of times and all that. I know like a bunch of people have like had to move their stuff to a different shell. But I've never had a car that's caged, so that probably had nothing to do with what you just said either.
Not at all.
It's just like when you, I guess what I was trying to say is when you have a car that's caged, you can't just like shell swap all the time, or you can't just like switch cars out all the time because you have like an investment that's like stuck to the car.
That's true.
But no, yeah, I've had a bunch of 240s, but I had them in high school, KAT stuff, SR stuff, and then
let me guess your KAT blue.
How'd you know?
Every KAT.
Oh, it's almost like I told you.
It's almost like
it's because
oh yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. No, so yeah, the KAT in my high school, or my KAT when I got out of college didn't blow. I sold it before it blew.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But yeah, my more recent one, this car when it had KAT in it, yeah, that was a story in itself where I knocked it.
Well, sorry. Okay, we got off topic for a second. Why don't you tell us about your car?
Okay, so 2019, right before prices went crazy, I got this car as a shell, and it was some kid's project that he was trying to get going to like make a drift car out of it, of course. Mm-hmm. And it came with an S14 KA engine on the side, so I basically just had to. He had like a bunch of stuff that wasn't going to work with the car, so I had to like adapt everything to the S13 setup with the distributor and everything. With those KAs, but yeah, once I got the S14 KA in the car, yeah, got it running, and yeah, that's pretty much how it all started. Started doing events. I was in Arizona at the time, so I was doing about one event per month for about a year out there, and just getting a lot of seat time with the stock KA, and then I decided, me and my really good friend Cody that I met when I was in Arizona, we both want to do KAT at the same time. So it was like a line out of Fast and the Furious. Like we ordered 2 of like all the KAT parts, like 550 injectors, Z32 MAF. We just did like a ROM tune enthalpy. And so I did his car, I did my car first purposely so that I could make sure that everything worked before I did his car. Yeah. And so got it done. I towed it to Vegas for a drift event.
From Arizona?
From Arizona.
Wow. Okay.
And for my first time driving the car since it had only been running for like a week. Mm-hmm. And towed it to Vegas, did a drift event, got like 7 or 8 laps in, and melted a rod bearing to the crank. So
wow,
that was
crazy.
That was it.
Oh gosh, towing all that way just to blow the motor in a couple laps.
Yeah.
Nice.
So then the car was down for about a year and a half.
Okay.
And then I started putting parts. I was kind of at a crossroads, like, do I build the KA? And I made a YouTube video about this too.
Oh, are you a YouTuber?
I didn't know if you wanted me to mention the YouTube channel or not.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm just saying, you're a YouTuber?
Yeah, I do have a YouTube channel.
Crazy. Plug it. Tell us about
Garage. Yeah, you just called me a YouTuber, man. I feel like YouTuber in that saying YouTuber like that. Why does it feel derogatory?
I don't know, but I know what you mean. I don't know anything about it because I'm just a washed up YouTuber. Me and Teddy alike. Fuck Teddy. Anyways, yeah, tell us about.
No, so I have a YouTube channel, Garage Hot Car. Basically, I just like wanted to start taking video of all the stuff I was doing with the cars, and like so I can look back on it and stuff. But the other thing is too, like I was learning a lot of stuff that wasn't like, I feel like I was learning some stuff that like the forums are kind of dying. So I felt like I was kind of doing my part to kind of tell what I was doing to maybe help somebody out in the future if there was like something specific with,
cool,
you know, like if you're doing like a specific project, KAT or whatever, like give like a review of the setup or what fits or what doesn't fit and stuff like that.
So it's garage hot car.
Garage hot car.
Very cool. We'll put it down at the bottom. Right here.
Appreciate
my
you.
Chin. Yeah, of course. Cool, man. So you're from Arizona?
Yeah, well, I lived in Arizona for 5 years. I moved out there in 2019, but I grew up and was raised in. I grew up in Vegas. So I'm originally from Washington, but I moved to Vegas when I was 5. So I lived most of my life in Vegas.
I see. So Washington is not even really a part of. You don't really remember first 5 years.
No, I have
of your
some
life.
family in Washington that I'd like to go.
Is that why you're wearing a Seattle hat?
Yes.
Oh, so you still rep it.
Still rep the Seattle Mariners hat.
Interesting. Okay.
Dude, I've had a Seattle Mariners hat on since I was probably like 5 years old.
So you're like a Ken Griffey Jr. fan. Oh,
Ken Griffey.
of
Yeah,
course.
big Seattle Mariners fan. They're actually doing good this year,
Great.
which is crazy. So
Don't know anything other than the Dodgers. Sorry, man. We're gonna go all the way. Maybe not.
as long as Kershaw doesn't pitch, he should be fine.
Fuck. Damn. Okay, so sorry. So since 5, you've been in Sin City.
Yes.
That's crazy. What was it like growing up in Vegas? Because, that's the place that I like to go with my friends to vacation.
So, contrary to popular belief, Vegas does have communities, and there is regular way of life in Vegas outside of the Strip. Some people realize that, some people don't. So I feel like I have to mention that sometimes.
Sure.
They're like, oh, people actually live there.
Kind of when people come out to LA and they see Hollywood, they're like, how do you guys, that's crazy. You guys
Yeah.
live out here. And it's like, no, not really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Vegas was, obviously I lived there. I mean, that's where my roots are at. Vegas, it seems like there's a lot of competition out there. Seems like it's kind of a fast-paced lifestyle. Seems like for a lot of people.
Okay.
But yeah, Vegas is cool. There's some cool people in Vegas.
So growing up in Vegas, you see a lot of people that are in the entertainment, but I mean more like you have friends that are parents that are casino dealers or strippers or whatever.
Right.
Is that like a thing?
Yeah. So it seems like there's, just the nature of the city, right, and what the city runs on. I mean, you got a lot of servers.
Yeah.
You got a lot of friends that are bartenders. That industry in a whole. There's just so many jobs available.
Yeah.
In that industry. So yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of fast money in Vegas.
Wow.
So
Crazy.
yeah.
Damn, that's cool. It's hot in Vegas all the time. And is it one of those things where, when it's hot out here in LA, you can still do stuff in the summertime. You know what I mean?
100%. So I've been in all the hottest places, it seems like.
Yeah. Arizona. We're in Arizona, Phoenix?
Yeah, Phoenix area,
okay.
Scottsdale.
Okay.
But yeah, Vegas is hot. Phoenix, when I first moved to Phoenix, I was like, oh, there's no difference in the heat from Vegas. Once you're over 110, it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
But the summers in Arizona are something different.
Hotter than Vegas?
Yeah, I mean, it's it's like 5 degrees hotter or something like that. But that 5 degrees, I feel like makes a huge difference.
The
It's
difference
like,
between 115 and 120.
yeah, you're just cooking out there.
Crazy.
I mean, you can't do. We're trying to work on the cars. We're trying to get out in the garage, or
Yeah.
That's another thing too about the heat in Arizona when they run the events, like they have the it's called Go Fast Entertainment. Well, it might have switched now. It might be named something else now. But the events that are out at the Wild Horse Pass which is called it's the track out there now. They just renamed it back to Firebird Motorsports Park actually.
Okay.
But yeah, when you go out to the events out there, they're all at night because it's just too hot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, even during the summertime out here, at least for the Grange events, or the Apple Valley Speedway events, they'll have, afternoon to nighttime go till midnight or whatever.
Right.
So those are cool events. Yeah.
Yeah, the nighttime, it's cool. Thing is, there's no lighting.
Oh, I see.
Like, there's no lighting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't, it's not all about getting pictures or whatever, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I get it.
You can't get any pictures and stuff like that. You can't really see what's going on. But
and sorry, circling back really quick to you growing up in Vegas. Your parents live there too?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah, my parents still live in Vegas. My mom goes back and forth. My mom actually lives part-time in Washington now. So,
back to where she is from?
Yeah, back to where she's from.
Okay.
Yeah, so my grandparents were getting sick, and so she went up there to help out and stuff with that.
Okay.
So
your parents still together?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, my parents are divorced. They got divorced when I was 8. So, but the thing is, what was really cool is we never went through the court system or anything. So,
gotcha.
It was always cool. Like my parents have always been really good friends and stuff like that. So there wasn't anything like
okay, there wasn't like a crazy divorce,
super toxic stuff going on or anything.
Cool. And you just kind of chose where you wanted to go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got to choose.
You have siblings?
No, only child.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just me.
Gotcha. So you just kind of went where you wanted to go for the week or the weekend or whatever.
Yep.
And they both stayed in Vegas during your childhood.
Right. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they were both in Vegas. My mom just recently started going up to Washington, kind of splitting time up there.
Okay.
So yeah, but my dad's out in Vegas still. Shout out to my dad. I'm sure he's listening to this right now.
Cool.
Yeah, my dad's. I talk to him every day, and he's like my best friend.
That's awesome. What's he do now?
My dad works at the Thomas and Mack, which is UNLV's stadium. That's right by the Strip.
Oh,
so
cool.
My dad's a key manager over there. So all the key cards and everything, where people get their little key cards to go in all the doors, he programs the cards and stuff. So yeah, he's doing good. He was he installed flooring for most of my life, and he's just kind of last couple years stopped doing the flooring stuff.
Transitioned over to that.
Yeah, I just went into working at UNLV. So
awesome.
Yeah, I'm proud of him for not breaking his back doing that carpet stuff anymore and all that, and getting into something else. So
what about your mom?
Yeah, my mom owns a massage business.
Oh,
so yeah, she's a licensed massage therapist.
Wow.
And so she's got clients, like she has her clientele in Vegas, and then she's also building a clientele up in Washington too.
And she only, she doesn't have like a partner or other, like, I don't know, like massage. I guess maybe it's not like a salon where they rent out booths.
So yeah, she's been in a salon where she's rented like a room from the salon. And
I see. Gotcha.
So yeah, she's trying to get her own salon now and rent rooms out to people. So she's trying to do that type of thing. But
cool.
But yeah, right now she's renting a room still.
Cool.
To do that stuff.
Awesome.
So
do you remember what your first car was when you got your license?
My first car when I got my license, I want to say was my 240, but my mom would be pissed because she said that she gave me her 3000 GT.
Mitsubishi?
Yes.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that's dude, that's a story that I don't tell very often, so that's pretty cool that you brought that up. First car, damn.
Was the 3000 GT like a VR4?
No, it was the front wheel drive, non-turbo. But okay, so check this out. Quick story about this 3000 GT. She just sold it the other day, which was like crazy for us. But she bought it in 95 in Washington. So 2 years after I was born. So I was 2 when she bought it. Long story short, she owned it until just recently, like a couple months ago, I think is when she sold it. And she put 6 motors in that car over the years and 7 or 8 transmissions.
Typical DSM, am I right?
Yes. Crazy, man. So I don't know what was going on with, I mean, the timing belt and it wasn't a daily driver. So I don't know. Like they have like issues with the timing belt tensioner and like bending valves and, interference.
That's nuts. How many miles do you know?
I think it had like 150 on it, but it wasn't. They weren't getting any miles on all the motors. Yeah, they weren't.
Insane.
Yeah, it was always something with that car. But anyway, so that car was around and it was running when I got my license.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I got my permit like the day that I turned 15 and a half.
Automatic?
Automatic.
Sorry, the 3000 GT was automatic?
No.
Oh.
It was manual.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's another side of the story. Is I was driving it around the neighborhood and stuff when I was like 13 or 14.
Nice.
Not trying to sound cool or anything, but like
Yeah.
it was a thing. So just being able to learn, like my mom helped me, learn. My mom taught me how to drive stick at a very
cool is
early
that?
age.
That's
which
cool.
Is really cool.
It's cool that your mom taught you that.
Yeah. So anyways, that car, she ended up like in the Pimp My Ride era. There was this company called 702 Motoring.
Okay.
That was doing like, like the custom sub layouts and like all the Pimp My Ride style stuff.
Yeah.
So my mom was making good money at the time. She was a VIP host, basically getting. She was like a host for like clients that would come into town and they needed like transportation and they needed to get into like the clubs and she had all the connects and everything for all that. So she was making good money at the time. She literally dropped the car off, the 3000 off at this 702 motoring place and she was just like, yes.
No.
Just
wait, so what did it look like?
Dude, they put like an Invader body kit on it, Louis Vuitton interior, Foose wheels.
You have to get a picture of this. You have to hit your mom. Like,
I'll find a picture right now.
We'll put it. If you send it, we'll put it down here.
Dude,
a photo of it.
It had PS2 in the dash.
Seriously?
Yeah. I don't know if I can find it.
No, you can just find it later. It's fine. And then
okay.
we'll put it on the bottom right here.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I'll scrounge up a pic of it.
Yeah.
So that was the car that I attempted to try to like wrench on. Like I bought a little cold air thing for it. For, like got my little Phillips head out and put a cold air intake on it. And I was like 14.
Oh, so by the time you got the car, it was already all pimped out.
Yeah. It was when I was younger.
Did they change the color on it?
No, it was originally red and then they
cool.
repainted it, but put 24 karat gold in the paint. So I don't know if it was. I don't know. It had gold flake in the paint.
No way.
My mom used to tell everyone that it was 24 karat gold.
No way. So it had PS2, had a sound system, Louis V interior.
Yeah, that thing was banging.
Rapper's dream, and just some white lady driving it.
Yes,
sick.
Exactly.
Super.
She was.
Sick.
She tried to have that flavor, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that car was around when I got my license. So that was the car that I was driving, and it rod knocked at some point.
Of course.
I honestly didn't blow that car up. Like it was just like I was just driving on the freeway one day. Like I never even.
And
front wheel drive, like no power.
Right. Yeah. Well, when you're 16, you're like, fuck it. I just do whatever with this car.
Yeah. And, I wasn't like trying to race it around or anything. I knew because like I had met a couple people that had those cars at some point. And like, I don't know, a friend from school had a buddy that had a VR4 or whatever. So I knew it wasn't the cool one.
Yeah.
So I didn't even try to like go fast in it or whatever.
Yeah.
But like it rod knocked. So then I have no car. And then my mom's like taking me to school again or whatever. And one of the times I had went to like a little car meet or whatever in that car. And I had met somebody that was doing the drifting and had the 240s. And that's how I got opened up to, which I had already saw like Tokyo Drift and stuff like that. But I hadn't like actually, in person seen that side of it yet. But,
so you're from so you just moved down here?
Yeah, moved down here in January.
Oh, so about 6-7 months.
Yep.
Cool.
Been down here for about 6 months.
What do you do down here now? Or like why the change?
So
who's we?
All right, we're gonna
Sorry, go ahead.
We're gonna cut that out, right?
No, go ahead.
Am I doing okay so far?
You're doing just fine.
All right. No, so yeah, my wife and I just moved out here in January. I met my wife while we were in Arizona. I met her in 2020 and
right before COVID.
Yes.
Right before.
Right when COVID was starting.
Oh, crazy.
I met my wife, and it was funny because we were having a hard time. Like our first date, we were having a hard time finding a place to go.
Oh, okay.
Which was like
kind of
interesting.
Open. Yeah.
Nothing was open. So yeah, but we ended up finding this little mini putt golf place that was open still. Yeah.
In Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were open in Arizona, and I don't think it was legal
right.
to be open at that time or whatever. But I think that they were just that type, and they just didn't care. Yeah,
I get it.
So, that's where we met, and we hit it off right away. And
you guys are both.
She ended up moving in.
You guys are both playing golf with masks on.
Yeah,
Outdoors.
we through the love, both of our love of mini golf, we just made that connection.
Right.
It was like the only place to go.
Right,
but
I get it. Yeah. So you guys hit it off right away.
Yeah, so we hit it off right away, and she moved in not too long after that, and yeah, man, she's like my best friend, dude.
That's cool.
I love her to death, and we have a really good dynamic. And so yeah, we she's active duty in the Air Force, and
wow.
And at the middle part of last year, she had an opportunity that popped up in her department in the Air Force to go out to Edwards Air Force Base, which is in Lancaster up there. And we were talking about it, and seemed like a great opportunity. So that's what brought us out here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, she's a badass, dude. She's freaking killing it right now. So, me personally, the point where I was at in my career, I was happy with what I was doing. I had been basically an auto service manager for about 9 years with the same company. Okay. The company that I was with has stores in Vegas, and then they have stores in Arizona as well.
Oh, okay.
So that's the reason why I moved out to Arizona from Vegas, is to move up within that company.
Gotcha.
So I was ready for a change, and our motto was love and adventure after we got married. And I know it sounds kind of corny, but the adventure part of it popped up, and I quit my job and moved out here to help support her and follow her dreams. And then I was looking to get into a different industry. I want to get into the aerospace industry, and I'm making strides on that right now.
Oh, nice.
So I've got a job offer that is going to take a little bit of time to process some paperwork and everything. But
for like the security clearance stuff? Yeah,
for the security clearance. It's going to be government work for the Air Force on base also.
Cool.
So I'm looking forward to getting into that. Working on aircraft, I think, is pretty interesting.
Are you doing something right now, like on the side or something that you help? I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, with the whole garage hot car thing, I've always had the YouTube channel for the last couple of years. But something I've been into because of, and this is kind of how I got into this, the RC car drifting hobby. I was really into for a couple years, and also met a couple really cool people through that hobby that I still, it's kind of irrelevant.
Go ahead.
So we can cut that. But so I started cutting stickers for little RC cars. So I had a little vinyl cutter, and I always thought it was cool. Like, I used to draw cars when I was younger, and I used to like try to design liveries on paint and everything. So I'm still learning, and I just been learning a lot on Illustrator and trying to get better with design and stuff. But so I started doing garage hot car, like vinyl and design service. And I've actually done probably like 40 or 50 different designs for people, and doing stickers, and helping people out with like windshield banners and team decal logos.
Oh, cool. So you do a lot of vinyl cutting, graphic designing, stuff like that.
Yeah, vinyl cut and graphic design is kind of, since we moved out here until now, since I've had this job offer, that's what I've been doing for basically full time.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Oh, and that's why your car is vinyl wrapped. The white is vinyl wrapped, right?
The white is vinyl wrap. Yes.
That's cool.
Yes. So I'm on the fence about like doing vinyl, or like offering vinyl wrap as a service. It was really hard for my first time. It was really frustrating. So, but I did end up figuring it out. And I don't know. I still kind of like paint, but
Cool. That's awesome.
I don't want to close that door like 100%.
Right.
I just, it wasn't in the budget to paint the car, so I just wanted to vinyl wrap it so it's all one color.
Nice.
It's more fun to look at, right?
Well, I'd say it came out really nice for your first time, your first car, whatever.
Thank you.
Looks
Appreciate
great.
that, Chuck.
And so you brought some stickers.
Yeah, man, I brought a couple designs to show you.
Oh, how cool. That's
So
awesome.
yeah, we got a couple different designs. This is like my main logo. I got Rio. I'm a cat dad now,
Oh, cool.
thanks to my wife.
Awesome. Oh, and your cat's name is real.
The cat's name is Ryosuke Takahashi.
Is that an actual cat that you have at home?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you just
name's
made a sticker
Rio.
out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is Rio.
That's awesome.
That's my cat. He's a little buddy. And we got the lowdown old style box die cut.
Very cool.
We got the
Super-
2000 look.
Super 2000s Japanese.
We got 2000 look
Nice.
with Rio's eyes on it.
Oh, those are Rio's eyes. Awesome.
So
That's
just
cool,
a couple
man.
designs that I threw together just for if people want to, support the garage hot car or what have you.
Cool. That's awesome. Is there maybe a website or an Instagram or something or I don't know how you offer your services. Maybe you want to plug that.
Yeah, for sure. I got Instagram Garage Hot Car. If you need any design work or any decals made, my email is garagehotcar@gmail.com. And
They can inquire. They can email you to inquire about design work. Okay.
Yeah.
Will you do like if someone inquired about an entire livery on the side of their car, you would consider that as well?
That's a great question. I absolutely want to do that.
Yeah.
At this point right now, that's something that I'm aspiring to do.
Yeah.
And it would be my first one. So,
Oh, okay. Cool.
But yeah, I would love to do that at some point.
I see. And if there's like
We're going to test it on your car first.
We'll see. Yeah. Well, I definitely want to get my car rewrapped. We'll see what color I end up choosing. But I mean, maybe I do want another livery on the side of my car instead of just. But I also want to get to street my car because I just got my car registered in South Dakota. So now I can street it. But I got to put headlights back on the car. And then I kind of want it to look kind of low-key streetable, I want to put a muffler back on it. So if I had a whole ass livery on the side of the car, like that's what I'm kind of debating between, on what to do next. But we'll see.
Hey, Mr. Street, Mr. Street Boy, you were like talking about these crazy fluorescent colors and you want to street it?
That was back in the day. Well, I mean, it was fine when it's only track only and you have to tow it. Like my car hasn't been registered
That was
in like
last
10
week.
years. My car hasn't been registered in like 10 years. You know what I mean? It just hasn't been registered. It hasn't seen the street in a decade.
Last week you were telling me you want a really vibrant color.
Yeah, but if I put livery on it, then it stands out.
Okay,
But I mean, there's
okay.
plenty of like red or
So you want to be vibrant, but not like.
Yeah, because the thing is if I wrap a car black or midnight purple or something dark or like an emerald green, it's cool. But when it comes to photographers, don't want to shoot your car when you do take it to track. You know what I mean?
True that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that goes for most photographers. Are like if they see a black car going or a darker colored car, they're not. I think first of all they have a hard time focusing on it. I think that's what I've heard, and they don't it just if the lighting's trash during if the sun is like at a certain whatever like blah
Right.
blah blah. Like
yeah,
shit
there
like
was
that.
a photographer. I forgot his name, but on the Faction
Yeah.
podcast had a.
Here we go. Shameless plug. How much is Frank and Carl paying you? What is this? Ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, there was a photographer that I listened to on a podcast.
Okay, on a certain podcast.
that said that it's just no contrast between the road and the black car.
Interesting. Yeah.
So it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
show how low the car is and things like that.
Yeah. So that makes sense. So anyways, so I do want a vibrant colored car, but not yellow. Not to mention the vinyl wrap is trash on mine. That was the biggest mistake of probably the car. Anyways, and then maybe we'll go back to teal. I don't know. No, but then if I do that, the car never runs. So no, it's fine. We'll think about it. We'll talk. Yeah, the teal curse. We'll talk about it off air. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck. There's so much to think about. You have any regrets in life?
Man, you just went from like not
It's
deep to
dark
deep.
now. Yeah.
You just went deep.
Just how you like it. Deep.
What did Han say again?
What did Han say?
What did Han say? You make choices in life and you don't look back.
Life's simple. You make choices and you don't look back.
Sounds like you have no regrets.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We were just kind of talking about that. Like, I feel like I wish I would have got out to the track a little bit more, but I kind of told you where my head was at with that. I feel like
If your biggest regret in life is not having been to the track enough, you're doing okay, I'd say.
okay, all right. Well, I mean, I was like trying to
Wait,
keep
do you have
with
kids?
the car theme a little bit. No,
You have kids?
no. Was that
Kids-
supposed to be a regret?
No. Sorry, I'm changing the subject. Sorry, that just popped in my
I'm
head.
totally kidding, dude. I'm totally.
You got kids? No kids.
No kids.
Okay. In the future,
Maybe someday.
you and your wife.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, maybe someday.
That's fun to think about.
That's crazy. To
The
think
maybes. It is crazy to think about, but also fun. The
Yeah.
maybes in life. There's so much life ahead.
about. Right.
Yeah.
No, but biggest regret. I mean, truthfully, I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
Which could be a good thing, right?
That is a good thing. You
I guess that could be a good thing.
optimistic
I
person.
try to stay positive. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I try
cool.
to stay positive. I try to look for the good in people. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not like trying to say that I got it all figured out or anything like
Right.
that, but yeah, I try to be the one that's positive.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you remember where you were on September 11th, 2001?
Yeah.
You do. Tell me
Yeah.
about that.
I was in the living room, my house. My uncle was sitting next to me, and yeah, I wasn't at school that day.
That's weird. You were playing hooky.
Some people said that they were in school.
I think it was. Like
What day of the week was it? Was it
I
like
think
a
it was
Wednesday?
a Tuesday.
Like a
So
Tuesday.
it was
or
middle of the
Wednesday
week.
or something?
Yeah, it was because everyone was in school except you, obviously.
So I think the only now that I've never thought about this too. That's a good question, dude. You're such a good host. You're such a good host.
Okay, what the
man.
fuck?
No, but no, I've never thought about that. But the only thing that I could remember why I wouldn't have been in school is because we had that track break thing.
Okay.
I didn't have like that 3 month summer off thing in
interesting. Okay,
elementary school.
Okay.
So yeah, I would have been in 3rd grade.
So you're in the living room with your uncle.
Yep. Yeah. I think my mom and dad were both at work. Yeah, because my uncle, yeah, my parents were separated at the time. I was at my dad's house, and I think he was at work, and he was renting a room out to my uncle. And yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. That's crazy how everyone remembers where they were at, though.
Yeah.
Huh? Dang.
But so, I see. So you don't. But other than that, there's no real like vivid memories of anything else of that day. Just watched it on TV.
Yeah, just watched it on TV. Yeah. I remember my uncle, I remember him sounding like he knew everything. Like, oh, that means, oh, you know what that means? That means that they're going to, you know, they're going to come and, you know, bomb us again or whatever the whole like
He just had-
conspiracy
he had it-
was at the
he had it
time. He
figured out.
already
Yeah,
had it
yeah,
all
yeah.
figured
Oh,
out like,
interesting.
while it was happening.
That's so funny. Oh,
Interesting.
man. That's crazy. Yeah, that was a crazy time. I mean, we're kind of.
And I don't mean to say that it's crazy that, I mean, obviously it was like, I don't mean to downplay and say that, oh, it's crazy that everyone knew where they were at. I don't mean to say it like that. It's just.
Well, it was such a historical moment in all the bad ways, I guess. And it's just, everyone, I think, remembers, unless you were like too old or too young. Yeah. When you're too young, you don't really remember. Because obviously at this point, 2001, like there's, you know, the person that's born in 2001 can drink now. It's young.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's, so,
Yeah.
so there are people that are, you know, that were just born that day. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah. If you were to walk in a room and everyone that you had ever met in your life was in that room, who would you look for? Dead or alive, doesn't matter.
That question probably is always.
how many times has this question been asked to you? What do you mean?
Well,
always?
I'm just thinking like people would always answer with somebody that's not
past,
around
probably,
anyway.
probably, but sometimes maybe not.
Because the first person that I thought would be my grandpa.
Yeah,
My dad's dad. Yeah.
and he had an obviously some type of positive effect on you growing up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he passed away when I was young, 2005. So yeah, I would have been 12.
Wow. Yeah,
but,
that's right there where the core memories are when you're 12,
Yeah.
a tween.
So I just remember I used to go up to Washington to visit like my mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family, up there a lot, and I just remember that my grandparents on my dad's side were always very involved in my life and show interest in me
Yeah.
a lot, and kept in contact and
Cool.
stuff. So yeah, and it obviously it hurt my dad really bad. So just that effect that it had on him, it had on me a little bit too.
Sure.
So yeah, I would probably look for my grandpa.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's tons of memories that are just flashing through your
Yeah,
mind
right now,
as soon as
man, it's
I
crazy.
get it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Damn.
That's nuts, man.
So let me ask you,
Sure.
who would you look for?
That's a good question that I haven't thought about. But it would probably be my she was my babysitter, but I'm born here, but all my family is in Japan, so only my parents are here. So the person that was like my grandma, she wasn't my actual grandma, but she was like a family friend, and she was my babysitter. And she's passed now, but she would be the person that I would look for sure, because she was like, she was the one that was there when my parents weren't, and she played a pretty pivotal role in my childhood.
What ages?
From probably 0 to whenever I needed to be watched as a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kind of how, you just go to your grandma's house, and she was like basically my grandma.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm an only child as well, and I only have my parents as my family out here. So it was like, when I hear now as an adult, when I hear about my friends that have like all this like family drama, that it's just always been family drama growing up, I'm like, I have no idea what that's like.
Yeah.
So, at some point, if and when I do get married, I hope that, my wife's family has a big family so that I have something to step into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a really interesting topic, though, to be honest with you. I feel like growing up, people would always be like, oh, doesn't it suck not having a brother or sister?
Oh, right. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
That's a complete, and it's a conversation that you can't have with everybody, because some people just won't understand being an only child.
Yeah.
I think there's certain,
But we don't know, though, right?
I have no idea.
We don't know if it sucks or not.
Yeah, just the other day, they were like, someone was like, I don't know if you can relate, but having a sibling is X, Y, and Z. Like, he was explaining to me when his older brother moved away, he had to step in and do all the things for his parents that his older brother was taking care of, and he didn't know. But it's like, as an only child, it's like you're there for you have to be, because you're the only, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have no half brothers or half sisters either. I don't know if you do, but it is what it is. And not to mention, you may have cousins, but I don't have, all my family is not here, is in Japan. So growing up is like, it was always just phone calls. Hey, it's special occasions, whatever. You know what I mean? New Year's or someone's birthday or whatever, Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, so it's kind of interesting. And I think most only children can have selfish tendencies because they didn't have.
They weren't forced to share.
Yeah. Not to say you didn't learn how to share in kindergarten or whatever, but certain things are, it's different in a sense. Yeah. Well, anyways, Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. Before we wrap things up, I guess one last thing I'm curious about. If you had to give your 15-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
You stumped me.
Well, you know,
I would say something about just like don't compare yourself to other people.
right. Especially with social media.
Yeah.
That was probably upcoming. You
Yeah.
know, because it's so easy to compare yourself to
Yeah.
someone else's life, but social media, that's just someone's highlight reel.
Yeah.
You never see their downs.
That's kind of where I was going with that is don't compare yourself to people and wish that your life would be like theirs because you really don't know their life.
Right, exactly.
I get it.
Just how no one else knows your life either. You know? Yeah, that's awesome, man.
I would say that, yeah.
Cool. Well, Seth, appreciate you coming down and talking with me.
Thank you for having me.
Once again, if you want to just...
you.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Once again, if you want to plug your Instagram or your email address for any design consultations.
Design consultations. So Garage Hot Car. I've got the little Big Cartel website if you want to buy any of this Garage Hot Car merch.
Awesome.
And just hit me up on Instagram or email me if you want any decals or anything. And I'm gonna see if you want to do a livery.
Awesome. All right, we'll see. Well, we'll get the car rewrapped first a different color, and maybe you guys can comment down below what color I should go with on my car next.
Let's
and then we'll
figure it out.
Damn, that's crazy. Depending on maybe we'll pick a comment and we'll see maybe that color or something close to it. We'll have it wrapped. We'll have my car wrapped that color.
The sooner you guys come up with a color, the sooner we can get this freaking bubbly thing off of there.
That's true. Yeah. Well, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the All Luck No Skill podcast. All Luck No Skill is produced and edited by VBG Solutions. Logo design and illustration by Mirage Native. Theme song is Let's Ride by White Hot. You can watch video episodes of All Luck No Skill at youtube.com/JukiPoo. Pretzel.